2 years ago, my friend Jenny's indoor cats got outside. She was working outside and briefly left the screen door open, and they decided to go out and explore. Many indoor cats are interested in the outside. They look at it from the windows, they see outdoor cats, they see birds, they see other things that are interesting. So their interest in the outside is understandable and predictable. And some cats are even door dashers. They will take any opportunity when they see a crack in the door to try to dash outside. Unfortunately, Jenny only found out that her cats were missing several hours later when she saw her cat Lulu looking into the window from the outside and trying to get back in. She then searched for Fluffy, and he was nowhere inside the house to be found. Now, having your cat get lost outside is one of the greatest fears for indoor cat owners. We worry so much about what will happen to them if they get out. Will they be lost? Will we ever find them again? Will they get hungry? Will they be attacked by dogs or other cats? Will they get hit by cars? So in this video, I'm going to take a look at several ways to reduce the chances that your cat will get lost if it does get outside. So what are the reasons that indoor cats get lost? After all, outdoor cats or indoor-outdoor cats do not have this problem. Is there any way that we can give our indoor cats the same home-finding skills that outdoor cats have? My name is Francisco, and welcome to 9 Lives to Live. On this channel, I work with my 3 cats, Calypso, Skyfall, and Mr. Muffin, to help improve the lives of your indoor cats. I think that the main reason that indoor cats get lost when they go outside is that they panic. Shambi! From the indoors, the outside looks great, but once they get outdoors, then that experience is completely different. There's wind, there's noises that they're not used to, everything is so open, and they run and hide because that is their instinct. They hide under bushes, they hide under sheds, they hide under porches or decks, and believe me, when a cat is hiding, they are very difficult to see even if they're right next to you. Secondly, indoor cats are not used to identifying their home from the outside. They do not have that perspective. So if they do get outside and they run off because they're scared by a noise or a dog or whatever it is, by the time they calm down, they don't know where they are. And they don't know how to get back to their home. So you need to think about 2 things. The first is having them comfortable with the outdoors so they do not get that initial panic. And the second thing is familiarity with their home and their neighborhood from the outside. Now, most useful for doing this is training your cat to walk on a harness. If you can take your cat for walks outside, it will become both familiar with the feel of the outdoors and less likely to panic, and become familiar with its home. The more it learns to walk around its neighborhood and walk back home with you, the more it will be able to do that on its own if it ever does get out. So if you do take your cat out for walks, take it on different routes. Let it become familiar with different parts of its neighborhood. Don't just take the same route every time. But walking your cat on a harness is not that easy, and I have 2 videos about walking cats, which I will link in the description below. Not all cats can be used to walk on a harness. Some cats just can't be trained to do that. So another option is a pet stroller. These types of strollers are made specifically for pets, and you will get many of the same benefits as walking a cat. It's not exactly the same because they're still inside an enclosed space, and so they might still panic a little bit, but the panic will be much more reduced. Your cat will also learn different paths, different ways for it to get home if it ever does get outdoors by itself. Now, for my part, I feel a little bit weird pushing a cat stroller. I can't help it. Maybe it's a manly thing, I don't know. But if you're interested in a cat stroller, I have a video on it, which I will link in the description below. Now, a third option are cat backpacks. These backpacks are made specifically for pets and transporting your pets. And I suppose you could have your cat in a backpack and stroll around the neighborhood and let it become familiar with the neighborhood that way. But I think this option is suboptimal. Carrying around a cat in a backpack on a regular basis, I think, will become very tiresome. And I'm also not sure how familiar your cat will become with its neighborhood if it's being transported in a backpack. But if you're interested in backpacks, I did a review of one, and I will put that link in the description below. Now, there is a downside to these three options, and that is that your cat will become interested in the outdoors, and it might be more prone to get outside if it has the opportunity. And in addition, it might start actually requesting that you take it out and will become demanding to have that outdoor experience. So you might be opening a bit of a Pandora's box by taking these steps. On the other hand, one of the great benefits is that your neighbors will become familiar with your cats. After all, who doesn't love seeing a kitty being walked on a harness or a kitty in a stroller? And so if your cats do get outside by themselves, your neighbors will see the cat and might alert you, hey, your cat is outside. But what if you have mobility issues? Or if your cat can't get used to a harness? Another set of options are outdoor cat enclosures. For example, a catio. Catios are like little patios that are enclosed, made specifically for cats. In a catio, a cat can get used to the feel of the outdoors. They can get used to the wind and the noises and the experience of being outside, and will make it much less likely to panic if it gets outdoors, even though it might not be inside its catio. By the way, cat panic is much reduced at night. Things are a lot quieter and calmer, and the cat feels safer in the dark than it does feel in the light fully exposed. This is how my friend Jenny found Fluffy. He came out at around 11 p.m. from wherever he was hiding, and she found him sitting on the sidewalk just sniffing the outside air. Inside a catio, your cat will also have a better understanding of its home and its neighborhood. It won't have a full understanding like it would if you walked it, but it will be much better if it's only been inside the house. But on the positive side, a catio gives you a great amount of freedom. Your cat can go in and out at will, and you don't have to worry about whether it's safe or not. I have a full video on catios, which I will link in the description below. An even grander option is a cat corral, or a full-size cat enclosure. This will give your cats freedom to run around outside as if they were almost totally free in a garden, but they will not be able to get out. They will become completely used to the outdoors and will almost completely eliminate that outdoor panic. They will not get a full understanding of their neighborhood, but they will get a very good idea of what their home looks like, especially from the perspective of the corral. I do a full review of one enclosure made by Perfect Fence, which I will include in the link below in the description. Now, a less ambitious option is a cat balcony. A cat balcony is something that you can put outside on your window and also give them that outdoor feel of the wind and the noise and so forth. But it's much more limited than a catio or a cat corral. Let me just say now that I also think that catios and cat corrals and these kinds of enclosures are also great for the quality of the life of your cats. They're not just for helping your cats to avoid getting lost. I will soon be doing a video on cat balconies, and again I will post that link in the description when the video is posted. But in the meantime, I would greatly appreciate it that if you liked this video and found it useful, for you to subscribe and give it a like. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.